Good morning, everybody. It's a snowy, cold day here in Ottawa, and I'm coming to you with a video today that doesn't have any tips and it doesn't have any tricks. Art Resin has a new series that I was going to steal from them, and it's called The Diary of a New Artist. And I thought that was a great idea because I'm constantly being asked by other artists or people in the business how I got started and what I did. So today I'm going to give you a really quick video on some of the common questions I get as a new artist when you're just beginning. The first thing I want to say is you really have to make a decision about what kind of artist you want to be. Do you want to be an artist that's going to be creating pieces for a gallery? Or are you going to be the artist who's going to be at craft shows and smaller venues? There is a difference. And you really need to decide which venue you're going to go into because they couldn't be more different than each other. For myself, I decided I wanted to take my art and go high end. So when I did that, I met with gallery owners and saw how to finish pieces and how to sign pieces and where to sign pieces and what the common threads were of pieces that they sold regularly and what didn't sell. So it was much more research than I had expected. Once that was done, you have to have a collection. You have to create at least 20 pieces that you can put in a gallery or give someone to sell. And when I say 20 pieces, I don't mean like 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12. I'm talking like nothing smaller than 24 by 24 or 24 by 30. Most galleries and even store galleries like on the streets, like the smaller versions in most cities, only want big pieces. So you really have to decide, can my art sustain that size? And if so, great. But then you have to create about 20 pieces because most galleries are going to want a minimum of 12. Then it's time. You need to do a lot of research on comparative pricing in your neighborhood. What are other artists selling similar pieces for? Because it's bad to come into that market with a lower price. Even though you're a new artist, you might be undervaluing their work. So you really have to find a price that works for you. And then it's the getting out there, hitting the streets, walking to restaurants, walking into cafes, walking into any gallery that you can get an appointment in, having a portfolio, doing it all. And that takes a lot of time. It takes months to prepare. Not only do you have your paintings to prepare, but you have to have like a portfolio book or something on your iPad that you can show them. You need business cards, you need postcards, you have to be willing to do a mass mailing. And on top of all that, meet other artists. Go to shows, art shows in your neighborhood or in your city. Go to craft shows and network. I can tell you in my experience, this is all just my experience, but in my experience, the first couple of months that I was doing my research, artists weren't very nice to me. They saw me as competition, even though my work was totally not comparable to what they were doing. And that was kind of disheartening. I thought that that group of people were going to be a little bit nicer. But I would remember asking a few people how to find out where art show was or where art shows were in the city and when. And the common response was just like, figure it out on your own. So that was pretty tough at the beginning. That changed in time. Once I got into a few shows, I was surrounded by artists that were super great and super friendly and were willing to share ideas and shows. So I think it was just me. I had a bad experience for the first half a year when I started doing this. So I hope you don't have that. And if you do, just don't give up. Go to the next person and see if they can help you. A lot of them are willing to go for a coffee with you and just give you their experiences so that you can learn from them. Next is you need to be willing to spend some money. Marketing your work out into the public is not free. It costs money. So you need several hundred business cards. You need postcards that you can mail out to regular customers or cafes or restaurants to do your introductions. you need to develop a website. Your website is key. You should have it before you even decide to do any of this. You need a really well created website that's clear and easy, has a contact information page that people can reach out to you. That's pretty key. Without that information, they have no way of finding you on the internet. For those of you who are going to be using your name as your company name, then make sure your name is plastered all over your website so it comes up more frequently on Google searches. And Instagram. I know some of you that are a little bit older don't like the idea of Instagram, but it's a free marketing tool. Same thing with Facebook. You might not want to be on Facebook personally, but as a business, you can't afford not to be on Facebook. So Facebook, Instagram, and your webpage, they all have to link to each other. They all have to have the same company name or brand name, and you need to post regularly. So maybe not on your website. Your website is pretty static, but on Facebook and Instagram, I would say you need to post things almost every day, if not every 2 days. Now, what people realize is you don't have to post a new painting every day. Just take a picture of something that's in progress, a little corner of a piece, and post that saying work in progress. And then the next day, add another picture similarly. And in time, then you show the final piece. So there's 5 days of posting right there. So keep that in mind. It's just another idea, but you need a web presence. Absolutely, you need a web presence. Otherwise, on the money, you need to be able to afford going into shows and craft shows, which can be a little bit expensive at the beginning until you start making a little bit of money. There are some low-end art shows in every city that are probably either like $50 to $100. I would focus on those for your first year, maybe first 2 years. Do as many as you can. Have your face seen. As you will notice, many people that go to these shows are the same people. From show to show, you see the same customers walking in. When they see you as a regular vendor, that's how you become recognized. They take your card, they network for you, which is key. So keep that in mind. And that takes a little bit of money. And don't be afraid to, when you're walking around into all these cafes, all these restaurants, leave your cards, leave a portfolio, free of charge, don't charge them for it. And ask questions about, do they have artists being displayed there? Is there a commission? All of that kind of stuff are things that you need to decide on day one. So this is the first video that I'm doing as the Diary of a New Artist. So to recap, before you start any of this, please, please, please decide what kind of artist you want to be. If you want to be just an artist who pumps out pieces, that's great. You can do that, no problem. But if you want to get out there in the selling world and you want to be successful, there's mandatory steps. So online presence, networking, collection, get some money, and just hit the streets. If you have any questions, let me know. I haven't thought of a next topic yet, but I'll see you in about a week. Bye.